For today's lesson, we are going to look at dividing polynomials. So this is a connection of A2b and A2c. So we'll be using the exponent rules to help us divide when we're looking at monomials, which means one term. And then we'll be looking at factoring when we have to divide by a binomial. All right, so the first thing we do in order to divide polynomials, we use the following steps. Rewrite the fraction, rewrite in fraction format, use the smaller term goes on the bottom, split into multiple fractions, as many as there are in the problem. Then you're going to divide the coefficients. And remember, the coefficients are the numbers that are in front of the variables. Use the power of quotients rule to simplify. So when we divide the variables, we subtract the exponent. So that's going back to our laws of exponents. Remember the power of 0. Any term raised to the power of 0 equals 1. So remember, anything raised, so if we have x raised to the power of 0, that is 1. All right, so let's take a look at some examples. So the first several examples or practice problems that we're going to do strictly involve dividing a polynomial by a monomial, okay? So again, we have for the first one, 18x to the 4th minus 10x squared plus 6x to the 7th, and that's all going to be, divided by 2x squared, all right? So again, rewrite it in fraction form to help you. So we have 18x to the 4th minus 10x squared plus 6x to the 7th. And we're going to divide it by 2x squared. All right. So the second step tells us to break it up into as many fractions as possible. So we're going to be dividing 18x to the 4th by 2x squared. Keep your signs the same. Minus 10x squared divided by 2x squared plus 6x to the 7th divided by 2x squared. All right, so you're going to divide your coefficients. So 18 divided by 2 gives you 9. Using your exponent rules, you have x to the 4th, x squared, so that gives you x squared. Then you have negative 10 divided by 2, which gives you a negative 5. X squared divided by x squared, that completely cancels out. So remember, 2 minus 2 gives you 0. Anything raised to the power of 0 is 1. Then you have 6 divided by 2, which is plus 4. And then you have 7x and x squared. You subtract them and you get x to the 5th. All right, looking at the next example. All right, so this one's already in fraction form for us, so we don't have to flip it around, but we can still break it up. All right, you don't have to, it's not necessary, but you can absolutely break it up. So we have 9x to the 5th plus 9x to the 4th plus 45x cubed. And then I'm going to divide each one by 9x squared. All right, 9 divided by 9 is 1. X to the 5th and x squared is x cubed. Again, 9 divided by 9 is 1. X to the 4th and x squared, using our exponents rule, gives you x squared. And then you have 45 divided by 9, which is plus 5, or a positive 5. X cubed divided by x squared, and you just get x. All right. All right, so now we have a few more examples of doing the exact same thing. We have our monomial expressions, or our polynomials, and we're dividing them by our monomial expression. So again, you can write it and break it up. If you don't have to, that is just an option that you have. So here I'm dividing 18r to the 5th by 9r. 18 divided by 9 is 2. R to the 5th divided by r gives you r to the 4th. 36 divided by 9 gives you 4, so it's going to be a positive 4. R to the 4th divided by r gives you r cubed. Then you have 27 divided by 9, which is 3, which is going to be a positive 3. And you have r cubed divided by r, which gives you r squared. All right, so for number 2, you have 200n cubed plus 20n squared minus 10n divided by 10n. So again, you can rewrite this in fraction form to help you, or if you can mentally do it, that is completely fine as well. So I have 200 divided by 10, which gives me 20. N cubed divided by n gives me n squared. 10 divided by 20 gives me 2. N squared divided by n just gives me n. And then I have negative 10 divided by 10, which gives me a negative 1. And then my n's are going to cancel out because, again, we have n to the 0, and that becomes 1. For the third example, again, doing the same exact thing, dividing our coefficients and using our laws of exponents rules. So we have 45 divided by 5, which is 9. You have y to the 5th divided by y cubed, which gives you y squared. Then you have negative 20 divided by 5, which gives you a negative 4. Y to the y cubed divided by y cubed. That just becomes 1 because, again, you have 3 minus 3, which is 0 raised to the power. Anything raised to the power of 0 is 1. Negative 15 divided by 5 is a negative 3. And then you have y to the 4th divided by y cubed, which just leaves you with y. All right, so number 4, same thing. The only thing that's changing here is the variables, and of course our coefficients are changing as well. But here, dividing everything by 2c, 30 divided by 2 is 15. C to the 7th divided by c cubed is c to the 4th. 6 divided by 2 gives you a positive 3. 5 to the power of c divided by c to the power of 5 divided by c to the power of 3. That gives us c squared. Negative 10 divided by 2 gives us a negative 5. And c to the 4th divided by c cubed is c. Okay. All right, so again, we just have a couple more examples there, but we're actually going to save these two. So numbers 5 and 6 we're going to save for you to test your understanding at the end of the video. Now I want to take a look at number 7. All right, so number 7, again, we're dividing, but here's where it's a bit different. So from before, we were dividing by a monomial, so a single expression, so we could break it up and do it that way. But for number 7, that's where it changes. We can see that, yes, we still have a polynomial, but if we look in our denominator, we have a binomial, okay? So in order to factor or divide a polynomial by binomial, we have to factor our polynomial. So we have to factor that number that's in the numerator, all right? So we have x squared plus 11x plus 18, all right? So we can see here, remember when factoring, we first look for a GCF. We can see here that our 3 terms have nothing in common. So now we're looking for 2 numbers that when we multiply them give us 18, that when we add them together give us 11. So we're looking for those 2 numbers because we're factoring using trinomials where a equals 1. 2 numbers that when we multiply give us 18, that when we add them together give us 11. All right, and we know that those 2 numbers are 9 and 2 because when we multiply them, we get 18. When we add 9 and 2, we get 11. All right, so now since we're factoring using a basic trinomials, we have x plus 9, x plus 2. So that's going to replace our trinomial that's in our numerator, and we're going to divide it by x plus 2. So you can see here that I have x plus 2 in my numerator, x plus 2 in my denominator. Those cancel out. So dividing x squared plus 11x plus 18 divided by x plus 2, we get that it's x plus 9. All right, so the whole purpose of factoring the top is you're breaking it up into the 2 binomials, and then you are dividing, okay? All right, so now we're going to take a look at number 10. So number 10, we're going to follow the same steps. We see that we have 9x squared minus 25 divided by 3x plus 5. So again, we have a binomial in our denominator. So the first thing we're going to do is factor the expression in our numerator. So we can look here and see, of course, we always look for a GCF first. We see that 9x squared and negative 25 have nothing in common. So we do not have a GCF here. So since we have two terms, we're now going to look at difference of squares. I can see here that 9 is a perfect square, x squared is a perfect square, and 25 is a perfect square. So factoring using our perfect squares, we have that 3x plus 5 times 3x minus 5. So remember, when we are factoring our difference of squares, we take the square root of the first term, and that becomes the first term in each of our binomials. Then we take the square root of the second term, which becomes the second term in both of our binomials. And then we're dividing it by 3x plus 5. We can see that we have 3x plus 5 in both my numerator and denominator, so those cancel. So my answer becomes 3x minus 5. All right. We're going to save numbers 9 and 10 for you to test your understanding. So again, you're going to factor using trinomial methods. You can see that number 9 has when a is greater than 1, and number 8 has when a is equal to 1. All right. So now we're going to look at number 12. So looking at number 12, we have the area of a rectangle is 6x squared plus 8x. If the width is 2x, what is its length? All right. So looking for the length, looking for the width. We know that area is length times width. All right. So here we're given the area, we're given the width, we're looking for the length. So if we rearrange this formula, we have that L is equal to A divided by W. So we know that our area is 6x squared plus 8. And we know that our width is 2x. So here again, we're dividing by a monomial. So we're simply going to just break up and divide each term in my expression in my numerator by my monomial in my denominator. So I have 6 divided by 2, which gives me 3. I have x squared divided by x, which just gives me x. I have 8 divided by 2, which is 4. And of course, x divided by x, you have x to the power of 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Anything raised to the power of 0 is 1. So we know that the length of our rectangle is 3x plus 4. All right. So now you're going to test your understanding. So you're going to be doing number 5, number 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 11. All right, so those 5 problems, you're going to test your understanding of dividing polynomials by monomial expressions and binomials.